Alright, my boys, here we are for the screening of Venom. Hopefully this movie isn't as bad as everybody is saying, but we're gonna see it, then we're gonna review it, and this video should be up by now. You guys are gonna check that out. My boy's wearing a Ducks jersey in LA Live. Come on, son. Come on, my boy. Wear those orange and black. Come on. At least wear the Mighty Duck colors, dude. Jesus. Anyways, dude, the reviews for this movie are horrendous. But I will tell you after we watch it. We'll see you guys on the other side. Get up. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Clickbait Entertainment. Of course, if you're new to the channel, welcome to Clickbait Entertainment. I am your host, Holguin, and today we're doing the movie review for Venom. So me and the homie Orange went to a screening yesterday in downtown LA to watch the Venom movie. My boys, if you've been able to stay off social media, then you probably don't know, but this movie, the reviews have been absolutely horrendous, awful. They are absolutely burying this movie, calling it one of the worst comic book movies of all time, comparing it to Green Lantern, Catwoman, Ghost Rider. And you know what, my boys? I don't think it's all that bad. And this is going to be what I'm going to break it down, talk about what I liked, what I disliked. Some of the stuff in it wasn't actually like the worst, you know? There were some scenes in this movie that were actually watchable. Now, the script of this movie and the directing in this movie is abysmal at best. I would give them that. The directing in this is not good at all. And the script itself, just, it's really weak. You know, the story all itself, the villain is really forgettable. The villain just feels like it's a placeholder to take us somewhere else. Like the big villain that we've been waiting for. There's a lot of missing pieces in this movie, but there's quality in this movie. There's at least some enjoyment from it. Like if you watch this movie, there's going to be a scene or two in this movie that you actually truthfully enjoy, and it will make you laugh. And that's the thing with this movie. If you're expecting Venom to be like this action-packed or a horror movie or just a regular comic book movie that just has a bunch of action, you're going to do a disservice to yourself. This movie is literally, and I shit you not, a full-on comedy. It's as if Jim Carrey's The Mask hooked up with X-Men Origins Wolverine. They made a baby and it was this movie. Like if this was The Mask 2 with Jim Carrey, I think this movie would have done better than what it's going to do with the reviews and stuff. But it's not. And it's not Tom Hardy's fault, because Tom Hardy, honestly, does an amazing job trying to carry this movie all by himself. Like I cannot believe my boy read the script, because Tom Hardy's like a really big actor in Hollywood. We all know that, obviously. So I'm the kind of guy who thinks that like he's very picky about his movie choices. There's some scenes in this movie that I can't believe he read the script and was okay with doing them. But like, Tom Hardy tries his best, my dude. He tries the hardest he can try to put this movie on his back. He tries to pull a LeBron James in Cleveland and put the Cavaliers on his back and carry him to the finals. Tom Hardy bust his ass to make this movie work, and he's the one saving grace about this. Like, this movie is so over the top that part of it is literally amazing. Like, Green Lantern and Catwoman are unwatchable. There is nothing in that movie that I could sit through and watch and be enjoyed at all. You know, those movies are a hard watch for me. I can't watch them. This movie has elements that are actually watchable, that I'll actually, like, I chuckled a couple of times. I actually found myself smiling and laughing, because the whole thing that I noticed like midway through the movie is like, I can't take this movie seriously. If you go into this movie thinking it's going to be a very serious, you know, action flick, you're going to be disappointed. And I can see why some reviewers were disappointed because of that aspect. I don't think it's a horrendous movie. I think it's not a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's a below average movie. It's like borderline about to get towards, you know, the Green Lantern scale of movies. But it's not there yet, because they're still redeeming qualities. Honestly, it does feel like a movie that came out like in 2003, 2004. It's like almost exactly, it really reminded me of X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's like the one tone that I really took from this movie, and I really felt from it. All in all, my boys, like there's a lot of scenes, and now we're gonna get to spoilers. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you don't want to know any spoilers about this movie, probably skip along or stop watching. We're gonna get to spoilers now. There's literally a scene in this movie. I shit you not. This is actually a scene in this movie. Again, this is a spoiler. If you don't want to know it, keep going, like stop watching the video. But if you do want to know it, then stay aboard. There's a scene in this movie, my boy, where they give Venom boobies and they turn her into a female, and she literally, or he, or whatever the Venom is, the alien symbiote, like they were calling it in the trailers, makes out with Tom Hardy. That's the scene in the movie. That should let you all you need to know about this movie. If you're expecting this movie to be serious, just know Tom Hardy makes out with Venom at some point in this movie. So that's all you need. This movie's a comedy, and you know, it just, there's different scenes. The one scene, the post credits. There's two post credit scenes. One of them, Woody Harrelson is Carnage, but he's not actually Carnage in the Red Venom. Tom Hardy goes to interview him in a jail cell, and one of the teases that Woody Harrelson says, "Do you want to know about the people I've killed? Do you want to hear about the carnage?" So that was their tease of it. But like this movie, man, it's a 4. If I have to rate it out of the scale of 10, I would say it's a 4. You know, it's nothing above a 5, really not above a 5. I don't want to go under like 3, 2, or 1. Because I feel like the comedy aspect of it, if you go into this not taking it seriously like I did because I had read all the spoilers. See, the thing about it is, like, I went into this movie expecting it to be a giant pile of garbage. And I ended up walking out being like, you know what? It wasn't exactly all that bad. I was entertained. And you know what? When I go to the movie theaters, I want to be entertained. And if you can entertain me at least a little bit and I don't feel like walking out of the theater, then, you know, I'm not going to completely shit on your movie. Like The Nun, which I watched a couple weeks ago, was absolutely terrible. Like, it was terrible. There was like 30 minutes into the movie, I wanted to walk out from watching The Nun. I've seen bad movies before. This one is bad, but it's not like Green Lantern, Catwoman bad. It's just bad directing and it's bad script writing. But for Tom Hardy, he bust his ass in this movie. This is like a Rosnigan, like this is an Oscar performance by Tom Hardy with a terrible script and a terrible director attached to it. Like I wish it had a really good director and a really good script, because I feel like this movie would have been amazing and Tom Hardy would have been like talked about as one of the best like comic book actors of all time. Because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh shit, the guy who played Bane is playing Venom. Can't wait to watch this. Totally different, light and day. It is not the same whatsoever. It is not Tom Hardy playing Bane for The Dark Knight Rises. This is Tom Hardy playing the character pretty much of Jim Carrey's The Mask from the 90s. Honestly, it really is. But guys, like, all in all, I was entertained by the movie. It does fail a lot. It does have a lot of missteps. There are a lot of bumps in the road in this movie that doesn't make it the complete movie that it should be. But all in all, I have to give it a 4 out of 10. I did enjoy it. I don't think it's Green Lantern, Catwoman bad. I think those movies are the worst of the worst. It's not even close to being Fantastic Four bad, because Fantastic Four is just a horrendous movie. I almost burped at the same time of talking, and I held it back because I was going to be really rude, so I'm sorry if I looked really stupid right now. But no, Fantastic Four is absolutely unwatchable. This movie has some elements where I could actually watch it and spark and laugh about it. If you're taking it seriously, you're going wrong with it. That's the problem. Like with Fantastic Four was taking it super seriously and it failed. This one, they went full comedy. Like, they made it known from the get-go that this is a comedy movie and they're going for a comedy aspect of the movie. It's freaking weird. It's a weird movie that, you know, honestly, I don't really think this Sony universe is going to work out. I think the movie's going to make a decent amount of money opening weekend, but I think as it moves forward, the following couple weekends, it's really going to die down a lot. And I don't think this Sony universe without the actual Spider-Man, and that's the other thing, if you think Tom Holland's in this movie, you're going to be very, very disappointed. Tom Holland is not in this movie. There is no Spider-Man mention, which is another big thing. A lot of people are saying, how can you have Venom without Spider-Man? That was my biggest thing. I always thought, you know, Sony has Miles Morales right there in the waiting for them, and for them just to like totally ignore just because they're doing Enter the Spider-Verse, which absolutely looks freaking amazing. It seems lazy. I think if they really did a Miles Morales storyline with Venom, they would be really successful. But I don't think this Sony Marvel universe that they're trying to build is going to last long. I really don't think any of these movies are going to happen. I really don't think Jared Leto as Morbius is going to be any better. Honestly, I really don't. Tom Hardy is way better actor than Jared Leto, in my opinion. But, you know, I will give Tom Hardy credit for working with what he had. They gave him an impossible script, a really bad script, and he busted his ass to pull it off. And I'll give Tom Hardy all the credit in the world. But I just really wish if this movie had a better direction and a script, I think Venom would have succeeded. Unfortunately, it feels like they really half-assed this and they rushed it. And they just went into it trying to make the movie as fast as possible, which was a mistake. I will say that Tom Hardy as Venom was way better than Eric Foreman as Venom in Spider-Man 3. You gotta remember, Sony forced Sam Raimi to put Venom in Spider-Man 3, and it was forced and it was rushed. Kind of similar to the story in this, but all in all, it's not a non-entertainment movie. It's entertaining in some aspects, and comedy-wise, it's a comedy. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, slap the thumb, subscribe, and join the Clickbait Click for daily uploads Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. Links on down below in the description. Follow us on Twitter. Make sure you check out our sponsor, Collar X Elbow. Promo code QuickBait Quick for 10% off on their merchandise. Links down below. Sound off in the comment section if you've watched Venom already. Let me know, what is your Venom review? Let me know down below in the comment section. I'll see you guys later on. You guys have a great day. Too sweet. Acting like a damn tourist, bro. Like you've never been to California before.
You can't take me anywhere.